All right, guys, welcome back to the channel. Okay, you guys know I am extremely passionate about my 2-iron, and I wanted to do a little comparison today between my Wilson 2-iron and my Callaway 2-iron because I have both of them, and I hit both of them well, but I wanted to kind of compare on the launch monitor the differences between these two clubs: spin rates, launch angle, carry distance, total distance, all of those good things. And you guys really seem to like the driver versus driver. So today is 2-iron versus 2-iron, and we're gonna get right into it. It's gonna be probably kind of a shorter video. Before we get into that, when it drops below 40 degrees, you guys know the gravitational pull of dunking is just too strong. So I don't know if you like seeing me drink coffee all the time, but you're just gonna have to bear with me. And one last thing before we kind of jump into that, I think I just crossed the 80,000 mark on subscribers. In 4 months, I would have never imagined that I would have already been here. So thank you guys so much for the ongoing support. Let's get over to Dunk and get some coffee. Hopefully you got yourself some coffee this morning, I tell you, because wherever you're at, it's probably a little bit chilly. And that calls for getting some coffee. So let's get it. It's gonna be a good day, because we always have good days. Have a day. It's good. Alright guys, so I made a simulator after I got my coffee. You guys already know the routine there. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna show you guys, this is the 2-iron that I have in my bag. Most of you know it is the Wilson Utility Staff model with the stock KBS Tour graphite shaft in it. It's a stiff shaft. So that is the 2-iron that I have in my bag currently, and then this is the Callaway UT Forged 2-iron with the Project X stock shaft in as well, and it is also a stiff shaft. So just real quick before we start hitting these, there is a couple differences that I noticed right off the bat, and you will see this right here. And these are 21 degrees, so technically to some people they're probably a 3-iron, but for me, I use them as my 2-iron, it's driving iron, whatever. So you'll notice right off the bat that the Wilson is a lot more kind of heavy duty, a little bigger, fuller golf club just in general. And there's also a weight in this one, kind of customize it a little more to yourself. The Callaway head is just a little bit smaller than the Wilson staff head as well. And one of the big differences that I've seen already is how much I like the graphite shaft versus the steel shaft. So we're gonna basically hit a couple balls with each of these clubs, and kind of what I'm gonna be looking at is launch angle, carry distance, and actually how much they're rolling out as well. And then we're just, ball speed and club head speed doesn't really matter with these clubs to me. That's not really what this is about. I've hit this Wilson club so much that I absolutely love it. I haven't hit this one quite as much, but that's why I'm here today, because I'm gonna just compare the two and kind of see the differences between them. And I'm excited because I haven't done this. So let's get right into it. It's gonna be a lot of fun. I'm gonna start with the Callaway and just hit a couple balls and see how we're feeling. And real quick before we get into this video, and when I did the driver versus driver, there's a lot of people saying those numbers are screwed, those are not accurate. I'm using the same simulator for both clubs, so whether or not the numbers are a little bit off, they are equal to both clubs. So just kind of put that aside. I know that they might not be a TrackMan, but it gives me a good idea of what I'm working with. So that's just kind of a little, I don't know, PSA, I don't know, whatever you want to take it as. But starting out with the Callaway UTI Forged here. Just gonna hit some balls with it. I did hit a couple to warm up, so we're just gonna jump right into this. That is a very low launch angle, but that's gonna be running. That is gonna be running like crazy. So let's see kind of what the numbers are here just starting out. 223 carry, 247 total, and a launch degree of 9. So that is a very low trajectory. Backspin's 2800, which is probably for a 2-iron, that's not too bad for me, to be honest. That was a very low launch angle, which very good for in the wind. Wow, that was hit incredibly well. I don't know if you guys can see this, but 258 carry, 271 total. That's probably one of the best ones I've hit with this club. So that's actually pretty cool. Launch angle is 10, brought it up just a little bit. I really like that. I'm just gonna get back in. I'm gonna kind of kind of get after these and see what happens. Holy yes. That is going a long ways. I have not experienced that with this club, and I am thoroughly enjoying this right now. 266 carry, 281 total with a 9.6 degree launch angle. But I mean, those are some pretty good numbers starting off here. Goodness, man. When I first got this club, I hit it a few times, and I don't really think I gave it, maybe I didn't give it enough chance yet. I mean, right there, 280 carry, launch angle's a little higher. I like when that launch angle is up a little bit. It just gives me a little more confidence with being able to get this club out there. Backspin, really high. Once again, not sure if it's reading totally correctly, but I can say I can be very confident to say the distance is pretty close. That was hit like trash. Need to bring a dumpster for that one. Oh, there it is. See, that is a really good trajectory. 251 carry, 260 to 270 has kind of been the range for this club. And I'm just kind of hitting it stock, not really doing too much with it. But I'm really liking the consistency. That's gonna be the farthest one I've hit yet. That's gonna be up there in the 285s. Right now, I haven't felt this with this club, but this club is feeling very, I don't know if compact is the word. Yep, 280, 11 degree launch angle. See, when I hit that 11 to 12 degree launch angle with this club, that's when it's like in its sweet spot. And I didn't think I liked the Project X shaft on here, but right now it's kind of popping. Low and left. I'm gonna be interested to see, because I think if I had the graphite shaft in this club, it would be unreal. See, that's a very controlled swing that I'm not doing too much with. Gets out there about 260, which is the exact reason why I have a 2-iron in my bag. I don't really hit 3 with that much because I can get this club out 260, 265. I actually got that to move a little bit right. This is actually probably one of the better performances that I've had from this club. Right out of the gate, I just wasn't very confident with it, but now seeing some of the numbers, it's actually pretty cool. So that was like 10 swings with the Callaway. Now I'm gonna switch over to the Wilson and see what happens. Just kind of pair the numbers. That was 270, about a 260 to 270 was pretty consistent. Launch angle was anywhere from 9 to 11. That's based off of how far back I'm playing at my stance. The backspin is what's gonna be kind of interesting to see the difference in these two clubs. All right, so first swing with the Wilson 2-iron. This is the one you guys already, you've known that I had this in my bag for a long time, and this club has just been hard to beat. That was off the toe. 4100 backspin, not ideal. We're gonna see if we can get that down a little bit, but that was just kind of not a very good swing to gauge off of. Ooh, that was pretty good. Nice little push draw right back to the center. Look at this, guys. This is gonna be pretty good numbers to work with here. 255, 268 total, backspin under 4,000. You know, the crazy thing is, guys, I don't know a lot about like numbers and all that, but I go with my gut. And I'm thinking that I wish I could get that backspin down to maybe closer to 3,000. Maybe somebody in the comments can let me know what the ideal backspin is for a 2-iron. Oh, I hit that hard. It's gonna be a little left. Backspin, 37. See, as that backspin comes down, I can increase that distance a little bit, so I just gotta work on that release. 278, 288 total, 9 degree. If I can get that up to 11, probably gonna be cooking with goose oil here. Oh goodness, look at this one. 270, see, I told you guys, 10, right here. 10.2 degree launch angle, 279, 291 total, backspins, 37, 39, whatever, kind of hanging around there. Guys, just so you know, for me to hit this club 300 yards, some of you are gonna say these numbers are jacked up on the simulator, whatever, but I've done it on the course. Sometime I've even been north of 300 yards. So for me to get this to 300 today would not be out of the equation. I'm kind of wanting to get one out there to 300 now. So I'm gonna get behind a few here and see what happens. So we're just kind of hopping through this. But when I'm on the course, I'm just gonna let you guys know like when I hit this club, the sole purpose is usually to hit the fairway, and I am never really trying to like hit a high draw or a high fade. I'm usually trying to hit like a very controlled ball flight that stays under the wind and still gets out to 270, which is like a really good shot to have in the bag. So it's just hard to beat. It's hard to say that I'm gonna hit the Callaway 2-iron over this one right now. A little bit left. That was kind of a toey. But it's cool to see that the Callaway is actually a bit of a lower launching, more running, more run out type of club, where this one's a little higher launch. I think it's spinning too much. Kind of cruised through some swings there. I'm gonna go back to the Callaway, but so here's the big thing with this club here, the Wilson, is that it has the KBS Tour graphite shaft. And to me, that is the biggest difference in both of these clubs, is the way it feels in my hand with hitting a graphite shaft versus a steel shaft. I feel a lot more confident with the graphite shaft in that 2-iron versus the steel shaft in this one. So I think I'm hitting the Wilson just a little bit farther than the Callaway, but the Callaway is a lower launch angle and more run. So let's get back to this one, see what happens. Dang, that feels really good, and that's spinning less. It may be hard to actually decide which one of these clubs is better right now. I mean, I may have to put this Callaway back in my bag with how I feel like I'm hitting a little more consistent. I'm not gonna lie. That was a nice, clean, little low butter draw. Carried right at 250 and rolled out to probably 265, which I like that much. I like getting that much roll because I've noticed with the Wilson that I hit it higher and less roll. So hopefully, I know I'm talking a lot right now, but hopefully this is giving you guys a good idea of the difference between these two clubs. Or I get questions every day, I should say, of what 2-iron should I get, or what's the best 2-iron out there. So I feel like this is really good for you guys to see the 2-irons that I do have, and then comparing them and seeing which one would be a better fit for you. I think for better ball strikers, I think the Callaway is probably the way to go. And then for, you know, more intermediate and beginners, definitely the Wilson. That's the best one I've hit with this club. And see, that's carrying over 250. Perfect little draw. I have to say that both of these clubs are performing very well right now. So I've hit the Callaway twice. I'm gonna hit the Wilson a couple more times here before we wrap this video up. But I feel like there's been some good stuff here in this video, and I feel like I've actually learned some stuff as well, which is really cool. See, that was just a solid strike. That's not spinning a lot. And then I get the Callaway. 280 total. I'm gonna see if I can make the same swing and just see what happens. I feel like that was two pretty good swings here to finish this out. And the last one was 283. We're gonna see what this one totals out at. 281. A little less carry, but you see the more roll, and under 3,000 backspin, which is awesome. This has been actually a really cool video, guys. If you're still here, thanks for tuning in. I hope that you guys have learned something from this, because I know I have. That is the Callaway UT Forged 21 degree, and then I have the Wilson Staff Model utility iron 21 degree as well. So there are a few differences in these clubs, but they are very minor. The one thing about this club, a little more carry, a little less roll, a little more spin when I hit it hard, but that's just because it's a more forgiving club, so it's just a more spinny club, I guess you could say. And then this club right here, the Callaway UT 21 degree, this club is very consistent when you hit it in the sweet spot, but if you miss this club, everything's out the window, versus if you miss the Wilson a little bit, it's a little more forgiving. If I was recommending either one of these clubs for you, it would basically solely depend on your level of where your game's at. If you are a really good ball striker, you're going to want to go with the Callaway. If you are more of an intermediate, just kind of maybe just getting into the 2-iron game, you're definitely going to want to go with the Wilson Staff. But they are both incredible clubs. I might just have both of them in my bag, you never know. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this video as much as I did. I had a lot of fun doing this, and one of the things that I want to make mention of is to let me know if you would like to see more club comparison videos, and then if so, what clubs you would like to see me compare. They're really good for me and they're a lot of fun, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video as much as I did. I love you guys, and I will be seeing you real soon. Some more videos coming up, because that's what I do. Love you guys. Peace.